Welcome to I Am Your Target Demographic, and welcome to our review of the first episode of the adventure game King's Quest. This is a remake of the classic game from back in the 80s and 90s, but it's back with up-to-date graphics and mechanics. It's designed by the same developer, Sierra, and I played it on PlayStation 4. If this looks interesting, Episode 1 is currently available for free if you have a PlayStation Plus account this month. King's Quest Episode 1 focuses on an elderly knight named Graham, sharing stories of his youth with his granddaughter Gwendolyn. I couldn't help but compare this to recent Telltale games like The Wolf Among Us and The Walking Dead, so I expected this first episode to clock in about an hour. I finished this episode in about 6 hours, though that included some spots of getting stuck and looking up tips. It's a substantial adventure though, especially considering it's the first of 5, or potentially 6, episodes. I'm only showing footage from a few segments of the game as to not spoil anything. You'll notice that the art style looks very much like recent Telltale games as well, though it plays very differently. The basic gist of the game is that you wander through the level you're in until you find items or people that can help you progress. Every item is useful, so if you find something you just need to find what it interacts with. There are also dialogue choices, but there's usually only one right answer, unlike the branching decisions in other adventure games. I found myself talking to the same character and re-engaging in dialogue until I got the right string of dialogue that would let me continue. This got a bit repetitive, especially considering dialogue and cutscenes are both unskippable. I'm mostly showing footage from 2 sections of the game that take place in a cave where a giant dragon lives. These moments are the game's best. It's a straightforward adventure, but it looks incredible, and the monster design of the dragon is really great. You get a good variety of different puzzles and ways to engage with the world as well. This game is a very different one compared to the game that exists in the bigger open town sections, which can have you backtracking and looking up wikis and leaving you overall confused. These tight action moments were great though, and definitely the highlight of the game. On an aesthetic level, I'm also only showing you these few scenes so that you don't know what sort of monsters and obstacles you'll face in this encounter. The less you know the better, as the art design of these monsters is really great. The actual execution is another thing though. Some moments, like these action scenes in the cave, look great, but other moments, usually dialogue-driven cutscenes, look far less polished. The dialogue is also a little corny, with the humor failing to hit the mark in quite a few scenes. So should you play this? If you're a PS Plus member, then yes. This is a lot of substance in just one episode, and the art design is alone worth your time. However, if you're paying for this or paying for the additional episodes, just know that the more open parts of the game tend to require a lot of backtracking, and you'll likely need a wiki open. There's also a mirage of choice, as most conversations require a certain result in order to proceed. The moments that you do get substantial choices, I'm curious if those moments will come into play in future episodes. For this episode alone, I'm going 3 out of 5. It's got potential, but there are games that do this much better. To see other reviews and other videos just like this, make sure you subscribe and head over to facebook.com/IAYTD. Thanks for watching.